Oh, that's right. The lamps do
there's
make
my
wool
wool.
books.
I'm gonna steal these potatoes. Mine. I'll
Plant new
replant one.
ones.
Do I have to plant all of the new ones? I want to keep
Uh,
potato for myself.
We really should try and fill. We are the farming group, and they did.
But potato.
Just break the ones that are done and replant them. Oh, and here's
Okay,
some more
boss.
stuff that that's arable. Oh, although it's next to frozen. We're gonna have to put torches in here. Frozen water troughs. Okay. Oh, dude, they've already got a cow pen and exposed.
Do they understand
So-
what surveying means? Is
They
this a
totally
problem?
did our job. I feel
They
gypped.
did our job and they did it better than us.
They did a great job at doing our job, though. So let's go ahead and dump the.
I feel gypped.
Let's dumpster stuff in a chest. I'm putting a chest, some chests by the well for right now.
Ooh, appetite.
So okay, I'm gonna go and
Ooh,
get
beehive.
everybody in the west. Let's all go to the west room.
Are we all in now? Or... Okay, West Room.
All right.
Hello.
Hi guys.
So there's
Hello.
food in this chest, by the way, if any of you guys are hungry.
You guys really showed us up a little bit in terms of farming. I hope you got some surveying done too.
Oh yeah,
We've got it all laid out. We've got it decided where everything's going.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
we planted all those farms. Those are
Where's-
from us.
Yeah,
Where's
we
the big
they-
house?
They were not here before we got here. We promise.
Of
Wait,
course.
is half the village up on those cliffs?
Yes.
Yeah.
baby.
Uh,
So you see where I'm standing? This lovely little mountain here,
Mm-hmm.
tiny mountain. Figuring hollow out the inside, have the miners hollow it out, becomes our energy hub.
all right.
Oh,
our
that's
pipes,
interesting.
our pipes and cables can go everywhere. We put the town hall at the top of that cliff, and a spiral staircase up there through the hollow section, and then we all get our own little sections to build, and we can tap into the power grid.
That sounds awesome to me.
And we have
And
Cool.
and
we were
both
really-
sides.
We were really excited about the villagers, but then the zombies ate them.
Even the
Yeah,
child
oh,
got
no.
turned into a villager and ate AIM.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
happened. Mess
that
with
was
zombies.
It was like Chuck or something like that.
It ran so. I've never seen anything in Minecraft.
It
run that
like
quickly.
ate her alive. This little child. Disturbing.
Horrible.
I am searched
Okay.
for life. Redstone, protect me.
So I have a very important question.
There we go.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Does anybody have piece of wool
Not yet.
No.
Or
I
does
have
anybody
3
have another
strings.
or
piece of
one
string?
string?
I do. I do.
Oh,
have
Okay,
let-
three.
Flora, there's literally
Oh,
a
good.
piece of wool that is lit up right here. All of the lampposts in the villages.
I know.
All right,
I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't
User
want to
joined
steal
your
it
channel.
though. It's the villages.
Well-
The villagers are all dead.
Yes. And we promised we had no hand in their death.
And-
But what
and-
about
and-
us?
And by
Don't
the
we
way,
want the pretty lights?
we're now the villagers, and I'm calling for a vote. I vote that we can put up a new lamppost after we've stolen the wool.
Okay,
I say
well,
we replace
that
all
actually kind of moves
lampposts
us.
with wood.
I was gonna say, if you guys are ready, I think now is probably a good time to kind of go over what each group talked about, and just kind of all get together and introduce ourselves as well. I don't know,
Alright.
I introduced myself to everybody already, but I'm
By the
gonna
way,
move
I'm
on
making a
to-
scoop. Just saying.
I've got more bees over here, by the way, Flora. I'll mark them. So, yeah.
So,
Add.
okay, so survey group, have you guys chosen a spokesperson?
Well, they don't talk that much, so I guess it's me. But I'm nowhere. I'm nowhere near the village.
No, Joe, I just want you to be aware of what kind of a situation must have been going on for her to say, I don't talk much.
Okay.
Wes doesn't talk at all. He's
It's not that.
He's
It's
an
not
incredible prude, Joe. He refuses to flirt.
It's not that. It's that I don't.
And I thought you told me Amy was raunchy. She hasn't flirted. I've
never
been
said
laying
she
out
was-
all sorts of
I
lines.
said she was a great architect.
I'm sure somebody said raunchy.
Most architects are wrong.
Wow, fields of moo and cow. Okay, die cow, die.
Okay, so Jaded, can you discuss a little bit about what you guys' survey plans are now that everybody's here?
Oh, sure, yeah, it's me.
Should
I'm
we,
not there.
should we
I'm
just
nowhere
get
near there.
so we
But
can actually see the people who are king? Because that would be good.
Yeah.
Well, you can't see me because I'm currently off surveying.
So
Well, it's
has everybody been to the village that we picked out?
Yeah.
The one
Yeah,
we're at
There's
now?
a
here.
group of us right here.
Okay.
I have pumpkins. I have pumpkins.
We do too.
Sweet. We need columns.
I'm bringing home pumpkins, by the way, guys.
I'm bringing home torches out the wazoo.
By the way, we found a
Ooh, I
spawner.
found carrots.
Ooh.
Good. Mark, we're gonna want
it's
that for
marked.
later.
What?
But so what we discussed was with the village. Of course, we've already got some decent farms laid out. That big central mountain, which I'm sure one of the lovely people who's still there can point out to you. Sheep. I have sheep. Die sheeps. Can be hollowed out as our energy center core thing. Majig, whatever. And we can then lines in any direction, pipes, cables, whatever. Once we've got stuff up, it's big enough that we could eventually put a nuclear reactor in it.
I'm sorry, we're hollowing a sheep?
No.
Yes. And putting their reactors into them.
And by the way, I just realized I can get experience from having my animals have sex in Minecraft, and I find this incredibly wonderful.
It's a touching experience. Okay, so we've got a hollowed out mountain, put buildcraft pipes and nuclear power in. What else?
Then on the top of that cliff there's the hollow part, and there's actually a building on the top of the cliff. We were thinking we'd put the town hall up there with a nice grand staircase going up to the town hall.
Who's up there at the moment?
And
No, I
then
can't zoom.
we can all claim areas. We've got a large number of areas for bee breeding, automation of all sorts. I'm bringing home sugar cane and more seeds because we really needed those. We were gonna die without more seeds. So the hollowing out of the thing should give us a lot of resources. Lots and lots.
I got a creeper.
Oh, I'm
I think
350
the
kilometers from home.
miners, we could probably start hollowing out if somebody just wants to tell us where to go.
Okay,
That
I'm
big
walking
mountain in the
Come
center.
over here.
this one over here. If you, this is west, by the way.
Yes.
And I'm standing on the side of the mountain that we were talking about making into the power core. I'm jumping up and down
Yeah,
with the torch in my
This
hand.
one.
Cool. Okay, we can do that.
Now, the one over there, see those big dirt columns? Those
Yeah.
have farms on top of them.
Oh,
guys.
okay.
And that mountain is hollow as well, and we thought about maybe putting a stairway up to the top of the mountain in there.
Okay.
By the way, any hunters in the group should actually come over in this direction eventually. There's like thousands of cows and sheep and pigs and...
Guys,
Hey,
Yes,
Yep.
Laura?
we have one villager left.
Block him off.
Trap him! Trap him!
He already walked out of the house, following him around.
Enslave him! Turn him
Doc,
into our
you want
minion!
you want an area for us to get started on the mountain?
I just reminded me.
I am
Back
come
up.
back. I may die on this
You're right
trip
here.
home. It's getting dark and I have no weapons.
Turn around,
Oh,
Doc.
but wow.
Well,
And,
literally, anyway,
for somebody
dig a
with
hole and-
weapons, at 1,015
I'm jumping.
negative and plus 538, we have a shit ton of sheep, cows, etc. to kill.
Oh, Wes, they're waiting for you to say resources.
Resources. Except I wasn't
Okay,
the one that said
I
that.
would greatly appreciate it if we don't make fun of the lisp.
No. An old joke.
On the Shaft podcast.
We used to
Oh,
have
okay.
a bumper on our podcast for something called resources, and it was very, very popular. And we got some people who complained, and so we took it off to be respectful. And
Okay,
but people still ask for it.
Do we have wood? I have wool. We can make a bed and we can like reset all our spawns.
Yeah, we
So,
have
I'm making a
more
bed.
than one.
Everybody can reset their spawn, so we spawn
well.
here when we die.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys said that you had figured out a good place that we could set up people's kind of spawn houses and stuff. Had you figured out a mechanism for like marking lots and claiming lots?
Yes, actually we had. We're gonna steal the Forgecraft plan, which is we take 2 colors of wool, we make them as our colors. We put those at the corners of our lot, and that's also the first 2 colors on an ender chest that you place down for using ender chests, because an ender chest can have up to 3 colors. So if you have your first two are, red, blue, and somebody else's are black, blue, etc., you can use the other 16 colors for the final color, and it's yours. It connects to chests of the same colors. So 2 wool colors, but first we have to get woolen colors. Yeah. Anyway, there's
Brendan,
a bed.
eat
There's a bed
food, for
in this
God's
in this, in
I
this
was
first
trying to
house.
eat grass, it didn't work.
Guys, there's a bed in this first house. Go sleep in it. Get your spawn reset.
Which house is the first one?
This big cobblestone tower.
The church.
Yeah, it's a bit of a church or a stronghold or something.
I don't know. It's a big cobblestone tower. Sleep in the bed. Reset your spawn. Don't pick up the bed.
So, okay, sleep in the bed, pick up the bed. Got it.
I will hit you, Mango.
He'll enjoy it.
Wait, why are you bouncing in the bed? That was weird.
Okay, is there anything else from the survey team?
Okay, we are all sleeping
Oh,
in beds in the
yeah.
church. Okay, y'all happy?
Yeah.
Oh, and Mr.
Oh,
Ryan
yeah.
and Mango and Wilson are having sex. Okay.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, yo, that's so not fair. They obviously play for the other teams, Laura.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so was there anything else from the survey team before we move on to the mining team's report?
Well, back this way, there's an entire field of things that somebody who's really good at like sharp, pointy objects should go kill. And lots of bees. Flora, there's like 6 or 7 meadow bee hives back there. And I did bring home an extra wool for you.
Okay.
It's
Well,
in the chest.
I have.
Well, but if you wanted another scoop.
No. And then I think I need to go that way and go and get the forest beehives that were near spawn. Yeah.
If you want to do that, I can go get the meadow bee hives that are in the other direction.
Well, I'm not doing
Okay.
it right now because it's
Well,
night
yeah,
and
you
I'm
guys
scared.
can do that after we've all kind of checked in. So mining group.
Bees!
What have you got?
Anybody
Yeah.
want to talk
Um,
specifically?
Yeah, do you have a spokesperson?
Darn it! I left my rub tree sapling over
I'll
there.
go
Go
ahead
for
if
it,
nobody
dog.
else. All right, I'll go for it. So
Introduce yourself for the people who might not recognize your voice.
Oh wait,
I
yeah. Did the
am
survey team introduce
Doc
themselves?
Redstone extraordinaire.
I'm
And-
Opaque Mango Dreamer.
I'm Brendan Atkins, and I'm hapless.
He doesn't know how to eat food.
Yeah, seriously.
Really? Really?
I can eat food if there's food around.
We have plenty of food. Don't starve.
We're not
Remind me
playing
the
that game,
coordinates
by
of
the
the
way.
village again. I'm sitting on top of the spawn tree.
Negative 945, positive 617.
Thank you.
I highly suggest y'all press M on your keyboards and set a waypoint. It
What
will
is
put
this
a pretty
fancy
little
FTV
marker.
talk?
It will put a pretty little marker on your map so you can always find home.
Mine's gonna be pink.
Ah.
It'll be
Hello,
a nice
Raven.
pink.
How are you doing?
Okay,
Raven?
Doc, go ahead. Tell them what we were talking about.
Okay. So, for talking about a way to vote, so we all don't have to be on, we figured inside town hall we could go ahead and hook up a computer craft system that would be kind of like a voting booth for the use of voting. And we basically kind of have a way to lure out the people who are a bit less active by limiting the vote to, I think we came to the conclusion of what, 3 days?
Yeah, I think 3 days would work.
And so that way, if it's only like a person who comes on once a week, there's a rare chance that they'll.
Well, what
be able
about? It could be a while before we get a computer craft system set up.
Well, no, a computer craft system is smooth stone, glass, and redstone, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I
It's
don't.
really
That
cheap.
is one of the few mods I've not played with.
yeah, it's really cheap
I
stuff.
look at it and go,
so-
Lua.
Brendan.
At
Stop
this point,
dying.
I've got nothing to lose.
Literally, he has nothing.
Anyways,
Men.
And what did we say for when the majority vote was not enough? I don't remember that part of the conversation.
I figured it. You do it. 51% of the vote. I mean, the easiest way to do it is just to do majority vote. The only thing I can think of is if like opening a new world like with Twilight Forest or something like that, you'd want the majority of the people, as in probably more like 70% as opposed to 51%.
Actually, things like Twilight Forest, Mistcraft, etc. should be left only for server admins to
Why
open.
is that?
Because it will lag the server to heck and back if we have a whole shit ton of portals and dimensions open.
Yeah.
And everybody's
I
going to want their own.
that in ours.
You know, everybody's going to want their own. Everybody's going to want dense ores. Everybody's going to want problems. And I don't know if you turned corruption off or not.
Everything's on default right now with the intent that anything we want set differently from default, we vote on and decide as a group.
I would highly recommend either A, turning off corruption, or B, the normal route for a multiplayer server. We spawn in a notebook with all the symbols, and an admin only controls what ages are gated, and it needs to be an admin who knows Mistcraft ages so we don't end up with corrupt, world-destroying ages.
Well,
And that's fine and all, but you still want the voting to go with it.
Who are the admins, though?
Pick somebody who knows Mistcraft and make them the Mistcraft admin.
Well, here's the thing about that, though. That's a bit more specific. That what we are talking about now is executing the rules ideas that we are trying to discuss. And so I think focusing on the rules right now and then applying them to Mistcraft later on today might be a better way to guide the conversation.
Okay.
I think the thing as far as the voting goes, the easiest way is just a computer craft. So whoever can do that kind of stuff figures out how to put in the voting system. And if you only have the 3 days, then you're gonna get the majority. When you get the majority after 3 days, that's going to be the majority of the people that are playing consistently anyways.
So I guess when you say majority there, I think you actually mean quorum, like you need a minimum number of people to vote on something before it can be considered to have passed.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that in that case, the minimum number to vote is at least 30% have voted.
What?
Based on I would say 30% have voted, and then a 51% of that 30%. Depending on how large the server gets.
Well, I mean, as you know, a member of, I've been in several organizations that use like Robert's rules and quorum and whatnot, and it's usually half plus one is quorum.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
we're
too
very
keen on
small.
half of 30% deciding things.
No, not half of 30%. But like, in order for a vote to go through, you need at least 5 people.
Yeah, I'm used to being on servers and running servers that are like in the hundreds of people. So I'm thinking of when we had like 400 people and we did a third of the people had to have placed a vote. That was like 125 people.
Hey, the cool thing is everything can be ratified. So I think as of right now we've got what 10 people, ish.
Yeah.
I think half plus 1 would probably be a good idea.
Okay.
Until we start getting to the point where half it becomes unmanageable or undoable with a majority.
That makes sense.
It's what amendments are for.
Yeah, I agree. And kind of what I'm hoping for from this discussion is not that we decide anything absolutely right now, but that when we break it back into small groups, we talk about what was presented, and then come back and make a decision after another small group session.
Another thing would be, I think there are some things that we wouldn't necessarily want to have, like, okay, let's say we're having somebody applying for membership or whatever. Once we have those rules in place, I don't think we necessarily need to have 6 of us agree that they need to be on.
That sort of process might need a ability to strike people from the list entirely. Just because, like, for example, if somebody has had a really negative experience with somebody...
Well, that would be simple. We give everybody 2 vetoes for members. Yeah, we say each...
Yeah,
we say each of the founding member people get 2 absolute no, cannot be overturned votes of no, that person and I do not get along. There is no way I will ever play on a server with them, type thing.
I'm good with that.
They would be held in reserve for absolute cases. It's not, I don't know this person. It's
I
I know this person and they are terrible.
Well, if each person only gets 2 and we keep track of which 2.
The question is, how are we keeping track of them? Because there are a lot of people that I would probably, well, I say a lot of people. There are a couple of people that I would possibly blackball, but I don't want them.
Well, they would first have to apply, and I'd say it'd be as simple as we keep a running list, maybe on the Reddit page Joe set up, of say Dated has used one of her no's to say no to XYZ player. And yeah, it would then also be public as to who specifically blackballed them. But I think that would also
good with that,
encourage us not to blackball somebody just because they're mildly annoying, but
Yeah.
to only use it for extreme cases. It should be public. If there's somebody
Yeah,
I
that's
specifically
reasonable.
don't want on here, I'll tell them to their face.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's where that turns into that. You need the voting machine. You need so many days going. Maybe say once every 2 weeks or something. We've got this list of applicants, and all the founders get together and they go into the voting booth and go, okay, yes, no, yes, 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 no, yes, whatever. And that's a simple majority. But then if somebody goes, I'm not playing with this person, instead of yes or no, they can do veto, and that vote's done.
Well, one of the guys in my stream is saying you can code a computer craft program to do this.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to use
Most
computer
likely, yeah.
craft.
Watchful, darling, sweetie, do you happen to know how to code that program?
Well, why don't we try to learn for ourselves first? Because that's part of the fun of a.
Joe, that's not the way my stream works. My stream works is they tell me what to do, I do it, it blows up my world.
Yes.
Okay. That's
We
fair.
still learn along the way.
Okay,
And then I learn a lesson and don't do that again.
So, Doc and Brendan, did you have anything that you felt was left out there? I think Mango did a good job, but I wasn't there for your discussion.
No, I think it was pointed out very well.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna move on to the farming group. Flora is going to answer or talk about our results on the first question, which is what rights should be protected explicitly by our government. These are just some ideas, and like I said, you can talk about your own ideas when we get into the small groups. And then after that, Cleo is going to talk about player disputes. So, Flora, take us away.
Oh god, I have to talk now. Anyway, so what we were thinking that should be player rights would be if, say you make something that is your thing. Say Jade, for whatever reason, makes a giant statue of a bee. It's her statue of a bee. Other people should not mess with the statue of the bee. Her bee should not be molested unless she wants it to be molested for whatever reason.
I'm the only molester of bees.
Well, and this is one of those things where this is a default. Now if Jade says, I like having people come do funny pranks at my base, she might say, it's okay to come mess with my stuff, but that's her explicitly allowing that.
Is this something kind of like inherent, like no unwanted griefing, essentially? Like, if you've built something awesome, you don't want people to mess with it, people don't mess with it.
Yeah, as long as it's in the area that you actually have permission to use.
Well, that would be another part, is what size are the player lots going to be? Someone's saying 10 by 10, and I don't think they have any clue how much space the FTB mods need.
I would think minimum of like 50 by 50.
Yeah, 50 by 50 per player is really what's needed.
Oh, I agree, and for that, and that's for the spawn village.
Well, but that's even including the fact that we're going to have this giant, massive thing that everybody's going to donate engines to and get arranged and have outputting all the energy we need for the world.
Right.
We're still going to need 50 by 50 for player machines, etc. Machines, that brings up a thing. And I'm sure Flora would agree. There should be a limit on how many quarries are allowed. In fact, I think quarries should be like one community quarry, not everybody gets a quarry.
Well, that's a good piece of legislation, but I think that we wanted to talk about the founding document here.
Yeah.
So
we're not going into mod specific right now.
Yeah,
I'm good with saying that quarries are a founding document.
Well,
okay.
Okay. Well, let's let Flora and then Cleo talk.
Okay, and then very similar rule to the first one would be in relation to PvP. If people don't want to get whacked by other people, let them be. Hey, Jaded! That's an example. I saw you.
You can hit me. Go ahead and hit me.
Now, when you say whacked, does that necessarily mean I can't take out a mob hit on Jaded?
Well, it means nothing like that, or that other thing.
That means don't randomly come up to people, while they're hanging out with, say me and Jaded are hanging out to each other, and Joe wants to come up with his awesome nano sword and be like, I'm gonna just kill you now.
Joe ran away.
Don't do that.
I went to go lumberjack.
Yeah, running away.
But yeah, so don't molest people unless they want to be molested. So don't molest their things. Don't
Informed
molest them.
consent is what we're saying.
Yes.
Oh my god.
What's the
third?
safe word?
Banana.
Red.
Banana. It's always banana.
I only recognize stop as a
Yeah,
safe
it's hard
word.
to go wrong with stop. You don't get too drunk and forget it.
Stop is the only word I
Sounds like
recognize
you're
as a
speaking
safe
from
word.
experience,
All right, hold on.
So let's let Flora continue
All right.
rather than answer Brenda's question.
So
Joe.
the third thing was. Hold on. Thinking. It was with the player boundary things, but I think we already talked about that.
Oh, okay. The other things, in case I thought you had written them down. The other things were
No.
player exclusivity will not be expected of any player on the server. This is not some sort of thing where, oh, we're doing our project and this is the only thing we want you involved in. You know, I expect everybody in here is likely going to be active in other stuff, and I don't want them to ever feel like they have to not be involved in that other stuff.
So in other words, you're not going to try and tell me I can't have my normal streams, I can't do the FTB wiki, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
No. In
yeah.
terms of like servers.
Oh, okay.
Well, you've all got your own projects, so I don't expect anyone to give up their projects.
Yeah.
That's
It's
good, I
that sort of
wouldn't.
thing. Oh yeah, legitimately, you wouldn't.
Oh,
But
I remembered
it's better
another
to
one.
define these things explicitly so people don't, start,
Wondering?
Yeah. And then it makes it also, it's easier to get other people to join the server that we lack who, might be awesome, but might be like, well, other servers I thought about joining like this wouldn't let me do these other things. So we can say, no, this is part of our founding document. You are free to do what you want. And the other one was, freedom to
I remembered
negotiate.
what it was.
I'll let you do it then.
The other one that I
What are you
remembered
doing?
was freedom to negotiate, like, if you want to promote the server, that is your own thing. Like, the server hosting company that we're with, if you want to promote it, you can promote it. You don't have to promote it. It's up to you.
Yeah, and that's right now. There's no sponsorship deal with any of us, including me. I'm just paying for the server outright. But even if the group was like, "Oh man, we could get a great deal. All we have to do is put this on our Twitter twice a day," I don't want anyone to ever have to deal with that. I don't want that to be a question.
And I think that would fall under the same token as asking for mods, etc. You know what I'm talking about, Flora?
Yeah. I don't think we'll have that issue.
Depends on who we let on as members. I don't think we'll have an issue with this group. I could see members having that issue.
Thinking about rights, can we retroactively add one?
Yeah, what were you thinking?
Do not harass people about things that they have access to and things you don't have access to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just a normal thing. I mean, you can do something where if you've got that law, you treat it like a Twitch thing. On Twitch, if somebody's like, how do you be a mod? Okay, that's a timeout. Do it the same way. If you got a regular member harassing a mod going, hey, can you give me this? Hey, can you give me this? Do this. Can I do this? I want to be a mod. I want to be a mod. Then you do a temp ban for a day.
Well, I think that this is a slightly different case, Mango, because Jaded is part of the Feed the Beast team, and Flora is involved in Forgecraft, and I think that they want to know that they will never be expected to share any information from behind the scenes about that.
Or hand out mods, or hand out hacks, or configs, or anything else that falls under our guidelines. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to common sense in the same way. Like I said, you can, whether it's give me the new mod for this in Forgecraft or yada 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 yada. It's all the same way. Gimme gets treated with a timeout. One way.
Yeah, but when you're actually talking about people that you're working with, that's a difficult thing. So I think if we have that enshrined in our server law, that's not going to be an issue, because you say, actually, you're doing wrong. You shouldn't be asking me about this stuff. I think it needs to be explicit, because no one wants to be on here and be harassed by that sort of thing.
Yeah, asking for ETAs, asking for mods, go away.
Yeah, and that's one of those things too, where sometimes people don't know where the boundaries are, You know, because I don't know what's a secret and what's not. If I'm like, hey, is there any news about this? I'm not necessarily meaning anything by it, but they need to know that I'm not expecting anything by it.
I have 6 rubber tree saplings, by the way, Flora. You were saying you lost one?
No, I just left it back
She's got
home.
rubber with her wood.
I have condom trees! Condom trees, people!
I hear I need to make rubber boots. Do I need to make rubber boots?
No, you need condoms.
They need
Condoms. You
wool.
must make condoms.
So,
I'll be right
okay,
back.
dang it, I fell in the Okay, so,
Wipe your feet.